We are going to take 2 pieces of 8.5 by 11. This is a 65-pound blush cardstock. If you're using my dearest darling or what is it called? Let's see. Call it what it is. Darling Dearest. Okay, that's the paper pad from Hobby Lobby. Okay, so we're going to make the pocket for the inside front cover, and then we're going to be able to move on to pages, or decorating pages. So you're going to need 2 pieces of this 8.5 by 11. I'm just going to stack them up and cut them together. We want them to be 7¼ inches wide. So on your 8.5 inch side, cut it to 7¼ inches. Okay, with it long ways in our scoreboard, we are going to score at, let me double check. I want to add an inch here. I'm scared. 6 3/4, that's what we're going to do. All right, 6 3/4. This is where our front is going to fold up. And then we're going to give it a 1/4 inch gusset. So it's 7. So you're 6 3/4 and 7. Let's go ahead and fold on those marks. Let's put it this way. Always fold with the mountain on the inside. That makes sense? These little guys. Come on, fold for me. There we go. Okay. Okay, now we're going to trim off this paper to, let's cut it at 11 from where you're folded. Okay, we're going to trim it at 11 from where we're folded. So let's get our trimmer. So stick it in there and put the folded part at 11 inches, which is right there. Just trim that off. Okay. Now this can go on our scoreboard this way. This is going to be our front flap. So let's score, let's see. If we want to, let's go ahead and score where we're at 4. We're just doing this together. We're going to do it at 4. I know I'm supposed to fold it the other direction. It will always work out. So I wanted to have, this is our front lip. Doesn't need this much space. So I think I'm going to score at, I'm going to say 1.5. 2. So at 2 inches. And then this will fold down, giving this front flap more stability. And then that will be our closure. And then we'll put our accordion things on the side. So, I think I'm going to pull a Becky here and trim this just, I didn't realize 2 was almost the same as this, and we want this to be just a little shorter so that it will not catch in that crease line where it's folded. We don't want to get in that score line, so just trim off a hair, and now it clears it easily and we can fold no problem. So let's get out our glue and glue this down. This is just for added stability because we hope they're going to be using this pocket a lot, all right? This is going to be full of announcements, birth certificate. Well, they can put the birth certificate somewhere else, but you know, announcements, shower, well-wishing cards, just stuff, right? There's so many things you keep these days. All right, so just fold that down really nicely, burnish it down. So that'll just make that stronger. We'll create a gizmo to close that tight. Now let's work on our accordion sides, okay? Okay, we're gonna build a gusset. It's gonna look like this, actually like this. See how it looks like an M, one giant continuing mountain and valley. You want to begin and end with your two ends going down. That's important. All right, we'll build one of these together, and they're going to go in the album, and that will be our opening. So you need a piece of paper. You can probably get this from your scraps. It's 6 3/4 long. No, it's not. I didn't trim mine yet. This is from my scraps. So we are really starting at the beginning. 6 3/4 by 3 is what we're going to do. And this is probably pretty close to 3. Okay. All right. Close only works in darts. All right. So put it in your trimmer or your scoreboard. On the 3 inches across the top, and we're going to score every 1/2 inch starting at 1. So every 1/2 inch starting at 1, starting at a half, and a half. So the first one is a 1/2 inch, then move to 1 inch, move to 1 1/2, to 2. To 2 1/2, and your last one obviously is 3, which we're not doing. That's the end. So take it, turn it over so that your raised edges are on the inside. Fold it down, turn around, fold it the next way. I just think it's easier if you turn it. It's a little bit squarer, I think. Just kind of massage it with my fingers as I'm making it fold. Okay, I'll just burnish that down really well. And we've made a hinge for both sides now. Okay? There they are. All right, I'm going to put mine down with, I think, a mixture of score tape and glue. So let me grab that. Okay, I'm that girl. We're just going to keep it real. Take your 2 things that we just cut and cut a hair off of them. Let's just say an 1/8 inch. It won't really matter. Really, just a hair is all we need. I don't know why I'm that girl. Just that much, okay? Just a little bit. Off of both of them. It just is a little too close to the correct measurements. And so you're gonna see it just barely eking over the, you know, at the top of the flap, and we don't wanna see this thing. We want it in there. So just, you know, a little bit. I'm sorry about that, but keeping it real. Okay, get your tape or your glue. Let me fold mine back up, sort of. And we're going to put the tape on the outside edge on both sides. So that's this one, and fold this one up on those sides. So 4 strips of tape, and then we'll be back with you. Okay, actually, we should probably do this together. So turn it. I like to turn it with the open side toward me. The fold is out, because I want to get my tape to the edge of that outside folded area. See how I have more room on the inside that's open, and it's closer to the outside. That'll keep your accordion really tight in your envelope. Now, if your tape is a little bit bigger than mine, you might cover the whole area. Mine just doesn't. So burnish it down, then do the same. And do it for the other one as well. All right, let's put these bad boys on. I'm gonna also put glue on mine because it'll give me a little wiggle room. Let's see, we want the fold. I'm gonna take off this one. You want your folded edge towards the outside. Okay, see how the open is going to the inside. Maybe I can just do it with my the glue at the top. And if you do a dry fit, you'll see that it fits just a little bit. Just put it in between the score line down here and where it folds up here. And you've got a nice little 1/8 of an inch on either side. So I think that looks good for the top. Hold that down right there and pull the tape. Okay, there we're on there. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's do the same thing on the other side. I want the fold to the outside. Gosh, I'm telling you what, dyslexic brain. Okay, glue, stand up. I did like having a little glue to help me not have to commit quite so quick. Just get it lined up and gently, I would say gently pull your tape because these things are so little and thin, any little wiggle will send you off. Okay, we're getting there. I'll be so glad to get this part done and move on. It's been quite a week. If you're following, you know my daughter has COVID and yeah. Okay, but she's doing pretty good. So, pretty good. We're so pleased. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to do them both kind of the same. I don't know, maybe I don't. But I'm also gonna put glue right here too. So gives me just a little bit of grace period. So just kind of fold them down, flip this up, square everything up at the bottom. And I can see right now, I didn't need to get my tape up to the very end. Okay, in the spirit of transparency, this is what I'm gonna do. I've decided covering it, you're gonna want to be within here. So I'm just gonna trim it off. I don't want it on there. Just be very careful. Actually cut yours right so you don't have to fool with this. And I will go back and take my little, where is it? My little filing thing and just file it away. And it'll be smooth as it can be. Sorry about that, but keeping it real. Okay, perfect. No sticky. Okay, I'm going to put this piece of paper on here, and I'm going to go ahead and measure up all the way, even though you're going to cover, you're going to the envelope's gonna be open. I think you're gonna want it pretty. So I'm just gonna take my pencil and mark down here and over here and cut accordingly. I'm kind of eyeballing where that other mark is. I don't want to cut all the way through the paper. We might want to use some of it for something else. Oh, and I didn't get there. How about that? Okay. I'm just going to take my knife and get there. Let's do a dry fit. Gonna be perfect. I've got glue all over me. Okay, I hope you guys are gonna enjoy this process. I'm sorry that it's been a delay, but I hope you all understand. I didn't expect to have to hurry home, but I'm glad I'm here because if she needed me, at least I'd be close by, right? And I guess now I don't know anybody that's not been impacted by this. I never dreamed it would be in our family, but sure enough. So I'm just gonna put it at the bottom, side to side. Not perfectly straight, but you know what? It won't matter. Okay, what do we want to put on the front? How about more of the clouds? I think so. Let's see. Could we get the dream on there? I hate to cut it when you can't, you know, you cut into the word. I want to see the whole word. So I'm going to cut above the dream, just right at it. And I just cut to about where I think, because that's me. And let's see, will that fit? Did I go far enough? Just mark it. And that mark's gonna get cut off, so mark it up here. Okay, now let's cut under the cloud. We're just doing a dry fit here. You whack this off with scissors. Okay, now let's put it in here and cut it at that mark. So we'll have our length. Okay, so that's our length. Okay, that'll be fine, our width. Now I'm going to cut up under that cloud and hope that he'll be, I don't have to cut into him. Let's see how that fits. You know what, that's going to work just fine. Yeah. Alrighty. Now let me think. Do I want to put this on here? Well, something ain't quite square. I don't think that's straight. All right, let me figure that out. You guys cut straighter than I do. I'll be right back. Okay, let's glue this down. Let's do it straight. Don't want our little clouds upside down. I don't know what I would do without this little blade. That, a mat, and this ruler. You can line anything up and make sure it's straight. With the trimmer itself, I have big trouble. Okay, we're still rubber banded here. Remember, this is going to have a cover. You're looking at the inside cover, so the chipboard will be above here, which will be covered in probably pink. So there's front, and we're moving on. That's exciting. Okay, I went through all the die cuts that I got at Hobby Lobby. Remember I said they had these, they sold them separately. So when I got back here, because I didn't bring them with me, they are so cute, and they are heavy chipboard. And we'll get some good use out of these. So I picked the Hello Little one, and I decided to go with a magnet. And these are the basic gray large magnets. I decided if I used a big one, well, we don't really need a big one, I don't think, for the strength. It's more space. If this thing gets, you know, a little bit filled up, you got more space here. So let's turn the other one around so our adhesive is on the outside. Okay, and let's just go ahead and take off the adhesive. Where's my little tool? I'm going to put it on here rather than here, and just stick it in there somewhere. Okay, and we're going to take it off of the back. We're going to position this thing where we think we want it. Kind of centered, kind of. Don't cover up the cloud. I mean, you know, just kind of cover out like that star. If I didn't bring it down a little bit, you'd see part of a star. I think about things like that. So I'm gonna make sure I cover up all the star. I think there's gonna be good. I'm gonna press down. Okay, now I'm gonna come up here, open that up, and I'm gonna put glue. How am I gonna do this? I'm going to put glue. Let's just measure. How about that? So I'm going to draw a little mark beyond there and beyond there, and we'll erase those later. So we're going to put glue. I know they're on the back, but I'm going to kind of see where they are. So at this edge, up in here. I think we're safe up in there. And don't be skimpy. Okay, so close it up. The magnet will find itself. Let's turn it straight. And let's hope I got it glued in the right place. Let's pick her up just to make sure. No, I didn't. Look at me. All right, people, do as I say, not as I do. Did our mothers tell us that? But rub that down good in there. And we have successfully made a closure. How about that? All right, people, I'm sorry. My mind is very distracted with my daughter, so please forgive.
Look at the cute bunnies. I'm so excited. I did get permission all the way from London from Rendell Designs to use their image. We will get to the pages ASAP. Please leave any comments or questions below. Thank you, guys.